Shabbat Shalom, everyone. My name is Rabbi Zach Shapiro, and I'm here with Cantor Lonnie Freilich. Hi, Cantor.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
And thank you to our choir director, Mary Lou Basaraba, for welcoming us in with such beautiful music tonight. We have so much music planned for tonight with members of our choir, and while they can't sing in unison or even in harmony, each of them represents a holy note that truly does create an orchestra of our souls. Friends, it's been a difficult week in the Jewish world, and Shabbat is not an excuse to escape that and crawl under a rock. Shabbat is a call to action, that we listen closely and connect with our people and stand with our people and wrestle and try to find a path forward as we go through a very difficult time as a people, as a nation, and as a religion. Our hearts do turn toward the east, and tonight, let our prayers be lifted on eagle's wings, that we may find solutions to the difficult issues that lay before us. Let's begin with creating family. We are going to start with the singing of Hine Matov, two different versions of it. First, Julie will sing, and then Jean. And we encourage you as much as you can from home to please open your heart and soul and fill your holy space with song.
Hine ma tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Thank you so much for filling us with that spiritual, soulful music. What an honor now to call forward the Senelik family. Ella is becoming a bat mitzvah tomorrow. She and her parents, and even up through her grandma, they are all members of Temple Akiba, and we embrace you with so much love. Ella, you're going to begin with the candle blessings and then continue with our Kiddush for Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehalik ner shel Shabbat.
We're going to ask for all who are able to please rise for the Kiddush for Shabbat.
Baruch atah Eloheinu melech
Baruch atah Adonai.
Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu mitzvotav v'ratavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'hava uvratzon himhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah Lemikrai Kodesh, Zeher Litzia, Mitzrayim, Kivanu Baharta, Beotanu Kidashta, Mikol Hamim, Beshabbat Kodsha, Be'ahava Uvratzon, Him Hatanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
L'chaim. Ella, that was so wonderful. Thank you so much. We'd now like to call forward, representing our congregation, three extraordinary people. First, representing the board tonight is Kathy Penzo. And then we have for Ella some presentations from our sisterhood with Melissa York, and then our men's group with Herman Barnathan. Kathy, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our choir service, and welcome to anyone who is new to our service here at Temple Akiba, and a special mazel tov to Ella Senelik and her family on your upcoming bat mitzvah, and thank you for lighting the candles and leading us in the Kiddush. We have a lot of events coming up in the next week and next month. I just wanted to highlight a few of them, and everything is via Zoom. So make sure you look at the links in our e-news and register. This coming Sunday, we are having our Shavuot and confirmation service at 5 p.m. We have 14 confirmands, so you can go through the e-news and register. On Monday, we are having a very special event, What's Behind Door Number 1, with Rabbi Maller and Shapiro to learn about our Torah scrolls. Next Shabbat is our famous Disney Shabbat at 6 o'clock, early start time. And the following week on the 26th, we have our second congregational meeting where we will be having our elections, and we will be passing our budget, hopefully. And you can hear about all that's happened in the past year from all our vice presidents. And Rabbi just wanted me to let everybody know that unfortunately, Rabbi Maller will not be able to make it on Monday, but Rabbi Shapiro will be there, and he will explain the history of our Torahs at Temple Akiba. And if you haven't signed up yet for our Spring into Summer event on June 19th, we will be having a virtual wine tasting, and there is a silent auction that will be going on throughout the month of June. So please check out everything, and we will see you on Zoom. Shabbat Shalom.
Thanks, Kathy. My name is Melissa York. I'm here tonight. I'm thrilled to be here and honored to present on behalf of the Temple Akiba Sisterhood, Ella, with her very own Kiddush cup. I'm not actually giving it to her, but there's a funny story because Ella is my neighbor. She lives the block behind me. I also grew up with both of her parents, and she's borrowing my Kiddush cup tonight because she doesn't have hers yet. But tomorrow she will be presented, and we wish you a mazel tov from Sisterhood on this special occasion, and hope that you'll continue to use it throughout your Jewish life in all rituals, and remember the synagogue that you grew up at. Mazel tov to both of your parents. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and I will celebrate with you tomorrow.
Melissa, I'm Herman Barnathan. I'm from the men's group. As a matter of fact, I am the representative to the Board of Governors from the men's group. I don't know if I was muted or not, excuse me. I'm Herman Barnathan from the men's group. I am the representative from the Board of Governors to the men's group. And the men's group, every week that there is a bar or bat mitzvah, presents this Tanakh to the recipient. Of course, yours will be given to you tomorrow by the rabbi. It's wrapped, it's beautifully wrapped. It's also engraved. There is a book plate inside the cover with your name, the date of your bat mitzvah, both in English and in Hebrew, so that you will always remember when that day rolls around. It's more than just that, though. It's a book that covers everything in the Jewish religion from the beginning, from Bereshit, all the way through the Torah, through Proverbs, all the way into and including the Chronicles. Read it. Keep it with you at all times. It is yours for life. Enjoy it and learn from it. Shabbat Shalom to you and your parents, and Mazel Tov to you and your parents.
Thank you so much to all of our leadership for being here. We really appreciate it. We now continue with welcoming Shabbat in a very spiritual way through the singing of Lecha Dodi. Linda Winters will be leading us.
Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala la. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Likrat Shabbat lekuvanelcha, hi makor hara, merosh mikedem besucha, merosh lesom b'havadot b'machshava tehila la Shabbat. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala v'nefevai. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pane Shabbat nekabala. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad. Hishmianu Eloheinu echad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad. L'Shem u'tiferet v'litzi la 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 chadodi. Lekrat lekrat kala. B'nei b'nei Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha lecha dodi. Lekrat lekrat kala. B'nei b'nei Shabbat Kabbalah. Hitorari, hitorari, kiveorek umiori, uri shidaveri, kavod Adonai Elohim niglana la kadodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat Kabbalah. Oiv b'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha, u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula. Bowi chala, bowi chala. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat Kabbalah. Lecha lecha dodi, lekrat kala, pene Shabbat Kabbalah.
Thank you so much, Linda. That was extraordinary. We now continue with the Chatzi Kaddish. We invite Ella Senelik back to lead us in this prayer.
Yitkadal, Vikara, Shemay, Rabba, Damati, Rahirte, Byamlik, Mahute, Behaye, Hongu, Byome, Hongu, Paideho, Bet Israel, Bagala, Uvisman Kari, Pimeru, Amen, Yeheshme, Rabba, Mevora, like Alam, Ome, Maya, Yitbara. Yitbara vishtava vipar virama vinase vihadar viale vihala shmid kusha vridu la elami kor brahata bashirata tush behata b'nei hemata dami ramava bimeru. Amen.
Thank you so much, Ella. That was extraordinary. We invite all who are able once again to please rise for our formal call to worship the Baruch Hu, and Dinah Hauptman will be leading us.
Unmute. Unmute, Diana.
Oh, okay, sorry.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Lie, 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 Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach. L'olam Va'ed. Baruch
Thank you so much, Diana. That was so beautiful. We continue with the watchword of our faith, the Shema Yisrael. Carol Sieben will be leading us. And we encourage you to put on gallery view so that we can all do these hand motions together.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated, everyone. Thank you so much, Carol. We now invite Ella back to lead us in the Via Hafta.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ולצאתך בדרך ושוכבך ולקומך. וקשרתם להיות על ידיך והיו לטוטלות בין עיניך. וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Met. Thank you so much once again, Ella. That was extraordinary. Julie will continue now with the singing of our Song of Freedom, the Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Malchutecha ra'uvanecha k'ayam lifnei Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed. Adonai Yimloch Leolam Vaed.
Thank you so much, Julie. And Ella will once again join us for one of the central portions of our service for the Amidah. She'll begin with the Avot.
Adonai, Sabatati Gufi, Akita Hilata. Adonai, open up my lips and my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu B'Imoteinu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Ha'ivor B'Hanara El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim Bekonei Hakol Bezoher Haste Avot B'Yama'o Me'vigum Nam Libnei B'Neihem Lema'an Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer Moshiach Umaken Baruch atah Adonai Magen Abraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mehai Hakol Atah Rav Le'Hoshea Mehaker Ha'im Behesed Mehaye HaKol Be'Rahamim Ramim Somech Noflim Ve'Holim Umatir Asurim Umakaye Enunato Vishenei Abba Mihamo Abba Gibiro Umidom Melech Minid Umahaye Umazmia Yeshua Ne'eman Atal Hayot Hakol Baruch atah Adonai Mehaye HaKol Atah Kadosh Hashem HaKadosh Kedoshim B'Hol Yom Yehalelu V'Selah Baruch atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh.
Please be seated, everyone. Ella, one of the things that I'm loving so much is there are a number of people in the Zoom space who I don't recognize, who I believe are members of your extended family. And I just watch loving them smile as you've been chanting with such spirit. And so we truly welcome all of your family as our extended family. With these words reverberating from Ella in our hearts and souls, we now take a moment to enter our own quiet space and silent prayer, listening to that voice inside your hearts.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Ki ata Melech Gadol Lechol HaShalom. אתה הוא מלך אדון בכל השלום. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. 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 תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Randy, thank you so much for that prayer. And we're also looking forward to your prayer of hope that will close the service a little bit later on. We've come to the part of our service now where we ask for healing. And as I look around this space on Zoom, I can see in your eyes and on your souls how much nourishment and nourishing many of you need. Perhaps it's physical or emotional or mental. Please know that this is a space where we embrace you. As Daisy offers the Misha Berach prayer, please, we ask that you place names in our chat box so that we can see the people for whom you are praying for today.
May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with the Shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Thank you so much, Daisy. Dear friends, on this Shabbat, I have an important question to ask. It's a question that haunts me in the shadow of the devastating week that Israel, her inhabitants, both Jewish and Muslim, and her neighbors has endured. It's been a week of terrible, terrible bloodshed. It's been a week of rocket attacks from terrorists in Gaza and now Syria. It's been a week of hiding in bomb shelters. It's been a week of beatings in city streets and mob scenes throughout the country. With all this going on, my question is this: do we still have a sense of hope? Do we still have a sense of hope? Hope, this is the basis of our thousands of years of history. Hatikva, the hope, that is our anthem. It's been the cornerstone of our Jewish yearning for thousands of years. Our survival has been connected to hope that there's something better, to our dreams and to our journey that we should build a better tomorrow. Given the reality that is unfolding before our eyes, given the decades of those who want to annihilate Israel, is hope Pollyannish and naive? Will hope accomplish anything at this point? Friends, the answer is unequivocally yes. But it can't only be the hope of our ancestors. It can't be that same hope that got us to the land of Israel. We need to establish a new hope, a new vision that can unify our people while embracing our neighbors, a dream that can reignite what it means to be a light, a real light to the nations. I do have a hope. My hope is that Israel can become a hotspot. No, not a hotspot of destructive activity. Think hotspot in terms of Wi-Fi. A hotspot where Jews can spiritually log in and where all humanity can successfully connect. The other day, my mom called me from Boston. She was so frustrated because the internet had gone out in the house and she couldn't connect. And I think we've all felt that way. Sometimes it's on Zoom when we're muted and we don't mean to be muted, that frustration of not being able to connect. That's what Israel is feeling right now. It's a spiritual frustration. And that's why it needs to refocus itself as a spiritual hotspot for all people, where we can successfully connect. We're always searching for hotspots. Now let us find a hotspot for our souls. You see, we've been living in this world of polarities, and it just hasn't worked. Ultra-Orthodox and secular, Jews, Muslims, Israelis, and Palestinians, so much of our history has pulled us apart. But that cannot be part of the hope moving forward. Israel can't be a light to the nations when ultra-Orthodox Jews shun female IDF soldiers. Israel cannot be a light to the nations when mob scenes lead to lynchings. Israel cannot be a light to the nations when the secular in Israel abandon all traces of cultural and religious history behind. No, it won't happen, at least not the way that we've been trying. Only when we realize that these polarities have no place in creating a dynamic, invigorating future, only when we realize that will that new hope be born. Now, I'm not suggesting that we homogenize the country. We need the many expressions of faith and religion, but we will never move forward if we fail to look at one another as human beings. Indeed, our new hope is about doing an emotional U-turn. Look, two magnets can either repel or connect, depending on how they are aligned. Jeffrey Rips, I'm thinking about you with this thinking of alignment right now. Just imagine, if the devastating energy that has divided us can be realigned to connect us instead. I call upon the leaders of Israel to inspire the country with a new hope. I call upon Jews throughout the world to stop finger pointing, for Democrats to stop looking to Republicans, Republicans to stop looking to Democrats, but for us as those who care about Jews to look at ourselves as Jews, to start caring more about our homeland. And I call upon me, who loves Israel so very much, to have the strength to do whatever I can to make this spiritual hotspot a reality, so that all people can enjoy a renaissance of the soul when connecting to the homeland. In the 17th and 18th century, there was a great man known as Rabbi Nachman. He lived in Poland, Lithuania, and he was the founder of the Breslov Hasidic movement. He wrote the following: the essence of shalom is to unite two opposites. Therefore, do not be alarmed when you meet someone whose opinions are diametrically opposed to yours, causing you to believe that it's absolutely impossible to live with him or her in peace. Similarly, when you see two people of extremely contrasting natures, do not say that it is impossible to make peace between them. On the contrary, the very essence of shalom is to strive for harmony between opposites, just as God makes peace in the heavens between the contrasting elements of fire and water. We can create this hotspot with shalom. We can bring the elements together to infuse it with an energy like it's never seen before. But we have to let the country breathe, and we have to allow those who live there to take a step back and to look into their hearts and find where hope can lead them to tomorrow. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may that be God's will. Amen.
Thank you so much, Rabbi, for those inspirational words. We continue with the singing of the Aleinu, which actually is a song of hope. It's a prayer that talks about the hope that soon we will see the perfection of the world and the hope that soon we will live in an era of peace. We ask for all who are able to please rise. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer breshit, shelo asanu kage ha'aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, ushemo U'shemo echad.
Please be seated, everyone. As we prepare for Kaddish Yatom, I offer the following reading. Yizkor, we remember. Remember our people who suffered and died so that we could be free and secure. May their memory be more than a distant shadow. Remember our brothers and sisters whose sacrifice kept the dream of democracy and justice alive. May their courage be our inspiration and strength. Remember the fallen of our armed services, both here and in Israel, the victims of terror and tragedy. May the darkness of their loss not obscure the light of peace. They were in love with our land and in love with life. For the agony, the tears, the mothers, the fathers, for the children who were and the children yet to be, we remember. We remember friends and family of our community who have died, who continue to be a light to our souls. I begin with those who have plaques in our Sue and Jerry Erfrig Memorial Room, including Tilly Bergman. Excuse me. I want to begin actually before that, I misspoke. I want to begin for those for whom we are in Shloshim the first 30 days of mourning, including Rabbi Morley Feinstein. If there are others who are observing Shloshim the first 30 days, please place those names in our chat box. And although we don't say Kaddish for her yet because she has not been buried yet, Carol Silverman, a longtime member of our community, died earlier this week. She was a sisterhood member, and she was, I believe, the historian in our sisterhood. And so our hearts go out to Philip, her husband, and her family. We now continue with the yard sites, the anniversaries of the deaths that occur on this Shabbat. And again, we begin with those who have plaques. Tilly Bergman, Darlene Bilkis, Jack Brode, David Chappie, Martha Daneman, David Davis, Dee Gordon, Louis Horowitz, Carl Kaganovich, Morton Kaganovich, Annette Cahan, Rose Colbrand, Max Lash, Richard Pollip, Jack Potash, Leo Robertson, David Ruse, Fannie Faye Rubin, Jenny Rudolph, Robert Yates. And as we continue with additional yard sites, if there are names that you are observing and you believe they may not be on our list, please add them in the chat box. Estelle Alt, Edith Bandel, Raphael Bellatini, Josa Benedict, Sarah Block, Frank Hasselman, Ethel Sue Drizek, Nathan Gold, Sadie Goldman, Ellen Gordon, Selma Gottlieb Callis, Mary Grossman, Lillian Joseph, Marian Kassan, Dora Cochin, Ida Lee Krapiff, Sally Kravosha, Bernice Langman, Esther Maccabee, Israel Maltzman, Lillian Meyer, Myron Myers, Philip Robinson, Max Rosenblatt, May Ross, Ann Ross, Howard Serlin, Albert Chappelle, Barbara Smith, Mayor Stein, Lillian Stern, Patterson Turley, Elliot Unterberger, Ed Zinkow. May their memories guide us all with goodness. We ask all who are able to rise once again for the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal, v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. B'yalma dibrach rutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon uv'yomechon. Uv'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagalau v'yizman kariv imru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam u'almei olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal. Shemei d'kudasha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mrama. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel. V'imru amen. May the one who causes peace to be known in the high heavens help us understand that by connecting to others, by reaching out, by interacting, by creating shalom, we will have peace on earth. For all Israel and for all humanity, we say, Amen. Please be seated, everyone. Actually, no, I take that back. Everyone, please stand. Because our closing song is not so much of a song, but it's our anthem, Hatikva, the hope. May we never let that hope die. And what an honor it is to bring Randy Murphy back to lead us in the hope in this beautiful song of our future.
Battery 5. Connected to iPhone.
Thank you so much, Randy. Before we close with Motzi tonight, thank you so very much to Ella Senelik and her family, to Mary Lou, to all the members of our choir, to Carol Diamond, who is behind the scenes, making sure that we're all connected. She's our incredible Zoom master. And so we are so very grateful. And of course, to Kendra Lani, who shepherds so much of our prayers. So Kendra, do you have a challah tonight?
I do. So everyone, our tradition at Temple Akiba is to still put your hand out like we are pretending we're touching the challah, even though we're not in person. And we're going to join together in the blessing over the bread. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices joined in happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz b'tei avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone.